So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for and entertainment purpose.
Hi everybody, Martha here. So today we got the last Marvel What episode for season 1, episode 9. So I think there was supposed to be an episode 10, but I guess COVID interfered it because there's supposed to be a Gamora episode. That's why we see her here in this episode, but they didn't make it for season 1 in time. I don't know if it's because it wasn't animated all the way or whatever, but oh well. It's not really needed. I think we got the idea crossed here by watching this episode. So this episode is what if the Watcher interfered, helped out, basically. Because during this, he's basically Nick Fury. He goes from universe to universe and recruits somebody to join his Avengers. And so he goes to get. We see Peggy have her own little the second our Winter Soldier episode. Like it starts out as that beginning of the movie. She's talking about Bernard with Natasha, and we see her fight the same guy she's supposed to fight during that movie without the shield. The Watcher interrupts her during that fight. Then he goes and gets T'Challa, Star-Lord, from his world after he saves Peter Quill from almost basically destroying the world. So that world did not end up getting destroyed. Yay! Then he goes and gets Killmonger right before Pepper and Chili. I always have a hard time saying her name. Black Panther's little sister stops them, basically, and then he goes and gets some Thor, which is basically taking down a bunch of Ultron bots, and pretty much scares him really badly. Then he goes and gets Gamora that is melting down the Thanos' gauntlet with Tony, where he's like has a really big armor. I guess they went to Sakaar in this version instead of Thor and Hulk, and they're all transported to a hub that Doctor Strange made to like comfort them, so they can explain the situation to all of them, and they all they have like a little like what's going on with Ultron, what they need to do. They need to beat him, so because if they don't, they end up the old universes will be destroyed, not just one. And they all have a little meeting things, and they all have little Thor getting drink filled, basically, and Peggy is happy to be back in the bar, and they come with an idea that they're going to get all the stones and use this stone crusher, stone crusher that would destroy the stones that Gamora brought over from her world that Tony made that worked on her stones. So they go to a place where they can have like a little camp out before they go to the fight. Peggy and Doctor Strange have this little bonding moment at this because she asks him, "How did you end up like the way you are?" He says, "It's the same way that you did, love." And Thor gets way too excited, alerts Ultron, and he has like washes over them like the Watcher does, and they all had to fight. Eventually, it looks like they throw T'Challa at him, I think, and he grabs like the Soul Stone, and eventually Ultron does realize this, so he tries to go after them. They have him like we see it like from the stone point of view, and Doctor Strange uses the zombies to go down there, and they teleport back to the other world so they can go and that Ultron's from. And this is where we see Natasha from his world around, and she decides to help. And while they're fighting, we find out eventually he gets the stone back, and they try to use the stone crusher, but we find out only the stone crusher can destroy the stones in the world that those stones were made, that the crusher was made in, so it won't work on these stones because it's not from that world. So yeah, so they have to figure out a different way, and eventually Doctor Strange puts like some shields around them so the other characters don't get hurt, don't get killed, and Natasha and Peggy see the Zola arrow and use it to put the team together to try to put the arrow into Ultron, which does work. She is a pretty good shot. I think Clint would be proud, and she does say, "This is for you, Clint." And the arrow goes in there inside of Ultron, and we see like a little when see the same thing that happened that when Ultron killed Jarvis and Age of Ultron. Same thing pretty much happens here. Except Zola kills Ultron, so now he knows how that feels basically. And so now this is Zola's body, and Killmonger gets. This is why we don't bring villains to a hero fight. Bad idea, Watcher. Dope. You should not chosen him. He tries to uses one of the Ultron's helmets to get the armor to come on top of him, so he can have the stones. And he like tempts everybody to use the like for example, he tells Peggy, "I can get your fella back. I can restore your world, Natasha." And everybody says no. I like the fact that T'Challa says, "No, cousin, we didn't." And Killmonger says back to him, "I'm not your cousin," which is not. This is true. They're not from the same universe, so they're not related. So, and they we see Zola try to get the armor back from Killmonger, and they basically almost had a fight until Doctor Strange has to use put them inside their own little alter dimension thing, like he did with like he did for his world. And now both Killmonger and Zola are both trapped, where neither of them gets a stone forever. And now Doctor Strange has to keep watch to make sure nothing happens. just like from the Watcher. And everybody gets to go back to their own world and have their happy ending, except for Natasha. She says, I will not go back to that world because I am alone, basically. And so the Watcher sends her to the episode 3 where Loki is still fighting with only both captains, Captain America and Captain Marvel. And she ends up like using his scepter to take him down. And so she stays in that world instead. And Peggy did not want to go back. She wanted to go back to see Steven. But eventually, when she goes back, we find out in the end credit scene that Steven's armor is and on the ship that they went on to. So she does get reunited, but they get to have their last dance or not. So this was a pretty good episode. I liked it. I liked that a lot of the cliffhangers were answered in this episode. Only one that was not really answered was the zombies one, because we don't know if they were able to beat Thanos in that one. Maybe they'll answer that one next season, but a lot of the cliffhangers did get answered in this. I did like the fight. A lot of it was really funny. I liked all the hammers attacking Ultron in it, and like the fact that he was able to turn off Thor's lightning too. And I like the fact that they were able to still be able to get one stone away from them at least. And I'm happy that Killmonger still did something evil. You cannot trust him. So it was a really good episode. And yep, this is truly the last time we're going to hear a new thing from Chadwick Boseman, sadly. We're gonna miss you, buddy. I really wish they did a little thing in the end of this episode said in tribute of T'Challa, a tribute of Chadwick Boseman, but they didn't. Maybe they'll do that in the second Black Panther movie. But so I'll give this episode a on this one a 9 out of 10. So I'll see you guys later. I'm probably gonna end up doing those Star Wars episodes next time from now on, because I have not watched any of them. But I was trying to wait until this one ends, because I didn't have a day to do it on anyway. So I'll decide if I'm gonna do a number look for all of them, or I'm gonna do them one by one. I'm not decided yet. We'll see. Goodbye.